Former Minister of Finance Winston was on Tuesday cleared of charges of misconduct in public office by City Magistrate Leron Daly. Magistrate Daly concluded that the state failed to provide sufficient evidence to establish that Jordan met the criteria of a public officer. As a result, she discharged him from the case, effectively dismissing the charges. But her ruling was met with heavy criticism from Attorney General Anil Nandlall, who dedicated almost 30 minutes of his 1 hour Issues in the News commentary on Tuesday night to address the ruling. According to Nandlall, with judicial precedence already set in the 2018 case involving Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh, the magistrate had no jurisdictional freedom to depart from the ruling handed down by Chief Justice Roxanne George in the High Court. As he puts it, Magistrate Daly was precedentially bound to proceed with the case since it was already established in the High Court that finance ministers are public officers.
In disregard of the Chief Justice's ruling and decision which ought to have been binding on the learned magistrate, the learned magistrate ignored that and discharged Mr. Jordan. How do you rationalize such a decision? Is it that different persons are judged in the judiciary or in the magistracy by different principles of law? These are identical cases. How can a government, how can the state, how can the public, how can a sitting attorney general with responsibility for justice not be critical?
Nandlall further explained how the decisions of superior courts are binding on lower courts. He said the state will decide the remedial action to be taken, which can come from either the Director of Public Prosecutions or the agency that instituted the charges against Jordan, the Special Organized Crime Unit, SOCU.
And here it is, this learned magistrate simply decided that she is no longer bound by a decision of the Chief Justice of the country. This is a cause for concern.
Nandlall maintains that it was egregious and an elementary error. Previously, Magistrate Daly had reserved her ruling on the issue and the case proceeded via a paper committal. However, on Tuesday, after the state filed all of its statements and documents in the case, the magistrate chose to rule on the no-case submission made by Jordan's attorneys. She ruled that Jordan was appointed as a minister and not as a public officer.